All right, everybody, it's a focus on business again. Thanks for coming back. I know we have some really interesting cats that come on the show, and actually I got a very interesting cat right now here. And speaking of cats, he does what a cat does if you don't like cats. He gets rid of all the animals, you know, little critters that you don't want in your house, you know, like cockroaches and ants and termites and rats and raccoons and brother-in-laws. I am just kidding about the brother-in-laws. I don't know if he gets rid of those, and if he does, you know, he'd make $1 million. I'm just telling you right now. How you doing, Frank?
Doing great.
Thanks for coming on, buddy.
Thank you.
So, this is Frank Nabozny. He has a Ph.D. in this stuff. I'm telling you, that's pretty smart when you got that. I got that running for you. You know what I'm saying? And Frank, you own Green Tech Pest Control.
Green Tech Termite and Pest Control.
Termite and Pest Control.
Yes,
and
sir.
I've known Frank for years. Long time. And when it comes to termite, when it comes to all the pests, if I call anybody, I'm going to call Frank. That's just the way it is, because the man's been around. He understands what he's doing. I've known him. I personally know him, and I was lucky enough to get him on the show so we could talk about some. Let's start with pest control.
Okay.
So,
right.
Okay. So that's a general term, but what is pest control?
Pest control primarily covers the classification itself covers insects, primarily that are invading the homes or the outside of the homes, and a nuisance by growing and expanding in the homes. Their homes, your home ends up being a problem. So
that would be like ants, termites, carpenter ants, fleas.
Right. Now the termites has its own classification.
Yeah, we'll talk about termites later, but the ants and cockroaches.
Yes, those are the primaries.
Okay, so I was in his office the other day filming some B-roll footage, and actually it's kind of amazing. Frank's not just he's not just the owner. He literally gets on the phone and he'll actually go out on a call, which is kind of a little bit different than everybody else. I know there's all these people that own stuff.
Yes.
They're not in it.
I know.
You know, they work on it, but they're not in it. They're not hands-on, but you are. I was kind of impressed. So,
yes, sir.
I'm not going to say exactly what it is, but the lady was calling about German cockroaches. Now, how many different types of cockroaches are there in Florida?
There's more than you think. I'm going to say that the primaries, there's probably around, I'm just going to say 6 or 7 of them. Different types.
Different types.
Yeah.
And each of them breed a different way and eat a different way and congregate in a different way?
Correct. The German roaches are the hardest because they repopulate faster than we can exterminate.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So and if you don't know what you're doing, it'll be a constant problem. It'll be return calls all the time, redoing. And basically, when people call us in there, they're paying us for what we know and how to do it.
Right.
And our prices are pretty reasonable because we go in to knock it out, not to drag it out.
Well, you know, not that I was eavesdropping, but I was listening to what you were telling the lady, and it was amazing that if you've got them, or if your neighbor's got them, you've got them. Okay. So if I have them,
especially condominiums.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
So if once one all have it, everybody's got them.
There's a good possibility they're going to get them because they go through the walls to the other attached apartments, condos, whatever they've got out there. And yeah, then the other people have the same problem. Then you got the finger pointing going back and forth.
Right. Oh, it's your problem,
managers
my problem,
going out of their mind. And so we like to check that unit. If it's Germans, check the 2 on the side, check the ones on top, so that the whole problem is taken care of. It doesn't come back.
Okay, so again, if someone if you're living in a condo complex, and someone's got cockroaches, you're going to have cockroaches.
Yes.
But if we have you guys come in and you treat, at least you won't have cockroaches in your place.
Correct.
That's
correct.
That's a big deal. Okay, so and there's 6 or 7 different types of cockroaches in Florida.
Correct.
Oh, God have mercy. I couldn't keep up with them. So I'm looking at the website, right, and I'm looking at all these residential pest controls, which you do in one service, includes all this stuff, but there's like ants and flies and gnats and crickets and earwigs and silverfish. Now, silverfish are the little long, they look like a fish, a flat fish.
Yeah.
They look like a grouper, or not a grouper, but a flounder that's going up the side of your wall.
Yeah, they're tiny.
And those are they're moisture based?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Pretty much, they're easily taken care of by us. We have products that'll just take care of them right away.
Okay, so if I bring you in for a service, say I bring you into my house to do the cockroaches, right, and the ants, what do I get? Because you have some free services that you throw in there for free.
Correct.
Which is kind of mind blowing.
Well, what we basically do is we get out there and we take care of all the face plates, and most of your companies do not do that. In the kitchen, in the bathrooms, all the face plates are done automatic. Under the sinks, under the appliances. All the cupboards are covered as well. We get up in the attic, make sure that attic, there are no problems up in the attic.
Wait, you go up in the attic?
Oh yeah, that's part of the service.
150 degrees in Florida, and if you live in Florida, you know for a fact it's hot in this place.
It's 140 up.
Yeah, oh my. And so you guys have no problem getting up there, and then what do you do in the attic?
Well, we check to see if there's any other infestations that they're unaware of as far as that goes. So we're doing a complete service on that inside, knowing that we've nailed just about everything we can nail as far as the pest control goes. And then the most important step is the outside service. If the inside's done correctly the first time, and they should only have to have the outside of their homes done from that point on. They don't need to be home. We can go out, catch the base of the house, 3 feet up, 3 feet out, doors and windowsills, and then the soffit areas are done as well. And if everything is done properly, nothing will be able to get in. So the old-time folks that believe they got to be sprayed inside every time we come in there, it's not like that anymore.
Okay.
The technology's gotten much better. And if there is a problem, I'll ask them, when did you see that bug? Well, I saw it during the day. Well, guess what? He's dead.
Right.
They don't come out during the day. They come out during the night.
Oh, okay. And
I'll ask them, did you see him at night? I'll bring that in as well. No, didn't see him at night. Well, you don't have a problem anymore. And they look at me like I'm crazy, But bottom line is, the insect will crawl along and he'll die.
Right.
He'll pass off and he'll belly up. And I'll let them know that and save ourselves a call, because it's really not necessary to go out and do the whole inside of a house again.
Right.
It's pointless.
Okay, so and that includes getting rid of spider webs and
the free services.
Yeah.
Like everybody asks me for discounts.
Right.
It's okay. Spider webs, mud daubers, and wasps are done every time we come, free of charge. Those are chargeable areas that we get extra money on from every client we got, but we don't. So is that worth a lot of money? Yes.
That's worth
a lot of money.
Yeah. So every time you guys come out and you do your outside treatment, you walk the perimeter and make sure there's no spider webs, no mud dauber's nest, and that's absolutely phenomenal.
Correct.
Because I know it seems like every time we get rid of them, they just come right back.
The beautiful part about our pest control, the best products that money can buy last 60 days, period.
Wow.
After 60 days, these people doing quarterly service, it's not good. Because on quarterly service, after 60 days, the product gets less. Inevitably, you'll get a call back. You take the call back, you come back out, you spray the area and take care of it. And the bottom line is, it didn't have to be that way to begin with.
Right.
If all was done in the sequence that I'm telling you about, everybody can go to work, know that their house is going to be all right, it's going to be taken care of. We leave a bill on the door just to let them know that we've been there, we've taken care of it. We always call a customer, set up the appointment so they know what time we're going to be there, and follow up that way. Most of your companies don't do that as well.
No. So now, do bees follow into the pest control?
Bees are separate.
Okay.
And we run into a lot of bee calls.
Right.
More than you can imagine. And there's the Africanized bees that are out there now, and if you get anywhere near them, they'll attack you.
They come after you.
Yeah, and you can tell if they're Africanized or not right away as soon as we get to the job site. But we've been doing them forever and ever and ever, and There's lots of bees to go around out there for everybody. We're not annihilating the population where
Right.
they're not going to have them again. The bees have been around a long time as well.
Yeah, and we need bees, and we get that, but we just don't need them in our house.
Correct.
Now, do you ever do the ones where they're inside the side of the outside of the, like where the flashing is and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, we've had those. Again, we can eliminate them. We're not going to take the bees' byproducts out from inside the wall to finish the job. We did that one time because we had a new guy on it and didn't know what he was doing.
Oh.
And boy, there was a ton of honey we took out of there. You just wouldn't believe it. But if they want to do that, we have somebody, have them call somebody on the outside to come in and take care of that. We'll eliminate the problem, the bees, but
yeah, you get rid of them,
they
and then
can
all
have
the
the
stuff.
aftermath.
There you go.
We don't want to take panels off the house and all those other things that that need to be done.
So now I've also read on here, which kind of blows my mind that it's on here, is mosquitoes.
Yes.
You get rid of mosquitoes.
Yes. Yeah.
How can you get rid of mosquitoes?
Well, we have a machine, two different types of machines, actually 3 right now. And anybody that's got standing water or shaded areas, you're going to find mosquitoes.
Okay.
And with all the things that are going on with the mosquitoes and diseases they're transmitting,
right.
For me, it's not worth taking a chance. You got to hit all the vegetation with a certain type of product, top and bottom, bushes, trees, and everything else. And if that's done, they're good for a month. And then we come every month on a monthly basis until they say stop. It's usually 6 months out of a 12-month period.
Right.
That they need that product. They should be using it right now.
Right,
We're
right.
getting towards the end of the season there,
Yep.
but
Exactly.
it works. It works. That's all that
killer.
matters.
And with that being said, we're going to go to a commercial and come back. We're going to talk about the scariest thing our homeowners ever heard, termites. So we'll be right back after these messages.
Hi, I'm Jerry from Hot Locks Hair Salon. We are conveniently located at 13414 US Highway 19 in Hudson. I've been a local hairstylist in our community for the last 34 years, 7 of which I was an educator. Our passion is the artistry of hair, and Hot Locks is here to help you achieve your perfect image. You can call us at 727-514-9978.
All right, we're back. And yes, we're going to say the words that no respecting homeowner wants to hear. You got termites. But if you do, then this is the man to call. So, Frank, you were telling me during the break. Okay, so I know about termites, and but I didn't know there's two types of termites.
Correct.
And there's two different seasons.
Correct.
For these termites.
Correct.
So what's the first type of termite?
The one that probably does the most damage is the eastern subterranean termite, and that's the one you hear about the billions of dollars of damage being done. They live under the ground. The colonies are under the ground, and they can take a side of a house out, and you don't even know it. I've had it happen.
Really?
With a tenant.
Oh,
ironically.
Wow. That's awesome.
And yeah, we had no idea, but that's how bad they can be. If you don't have protection, it's a good idea to get it, because sooner or later they're going to get them.
So how do you remedy this situation?
There's two systems. We've got a monitoring system that we use, and we also have we're Termidor certified.
Okay.
And
what is Termidor?
A Termidor is a termiticide that's used for subterranean termites.
Is that the
injection?
The little pods that go around your house?
Those are the monitors.
Those are the monitors.
Correct.
Okay.
Now, the monitor system that we have right now, they're put down about every 10 feet all the way around the house. They look good. They're active the minute we put them in the ground. We inspect them twice a year. And if they get a hit, we take the bait out and put a new bait back in, and they're ready to go for another year on that. Again, we're checking twice a year on those.
So now, what is it? Is it a drip?
It's a
or
monitor
bleed?
that's injected right into the ground.
Okay, and the
Every
termites
10 feet.
are
Drawn
attracted to it.
Yes.
They get inside of it, and then
Right.
they can't get out.
And we also guarantee Formosan termites with that system.
Really?
Yes, and
Okay.
Formosans are the worst.
Right.
They were brought over here in Fort Lauderdale a long time ago, and when they hit Lauderdale, they have slowly, we've seen them in
Work
the
their way
area now.
across the state.
Correct.
And
Correct.
now those are the ones that have come up under your foundation, get into your wood, and literally eat the studs of the outside of the house, and then the inside of the house.
That's the subs, the subterranean termites.
Right. Oh, okay.
Formosans are airborne as well.
Oh,
So
that's great.
you got a double.
Now you're getting hit from all sides,
Yeah.
underground and above ground. It's like
Yeah.
they're double whammying you.
Right.
And these are most active in the summer?
The months are primarily February, March, April, maybe May.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the swarmer months, and those when we get a lot of calls from customers that never, they're flying all over the place. They don't know what to do.
Is that when you see the wings on the ground and all that kind of stuff?
You'll actually see them flying in the room.
Oh, you'll actually
They'll
see
fill
them
the room
fly-
up. Yeah.
Really?
Oh, it'll blow you away if you ever seen it.
No, I'm good. I prefer not to see that.
I'll be in there with women crying, their tears coming down. It's okay. It's okay.
Right.
They're going to die. They're going to die. And just calm
Wow.
them down a little bit. But as soon as the treatment's done, and it would be at the monitors or the Termidor system. The Termidor system, we're dealing with the slab. If they're separate pores, we have to drill the separate pores out. We have to do the entire perimeter of the house with the Termidor.
Right.
And then all my people, I put lifetime warranties on these things.
Well,
Most of the-
I'm
most of the-
seeing, goodness gracious, a free $2 million insurance policy.
Correct. They can only get it from a termite company. They cannot buy termite insurance from an insurance man.
Ah,
And
okay.
they have to go through a termite company for one reason. We know what we're doing, and we're out to protect our interests as well as the state's as far as any problems go.
Right.
We're out, that leads into the certification with,
Right.
with our termite inspections as well. That's what we look for.
Okay, so what's the other type of termites?
The other type of termite, prominent, are drywood termites.
The drywood.
Drywood starting May, June, July, August, September, October, about 6 months. Those are termites that live on top of the ground, not underneath. So I can tent your house tomorrow, John, and you'll have termites flying on your house the next day. So we tell people, get the renewals on your termite policies, because we can come out, and if we see a new activation spot on the outside of the house, which is usually where they're going to hit, we treat them.
Right.
And we buy a lot more time. They don't have to fumigate again, which will take usually 5 years.
Right.
If they get hit right away before you actually see the pellets and all the other things that that go with it, the
Right.
wings and the whole ball of wax there. So
Now, are they strictly looking for the dry wood? Are they going after your trees and your, don't leave piles of wood around and all that kind of stuff?
termites are going to go for any type of wood.
So they don't care.
No.
They can
No.
rot out a tree and you don't even know the tree's rotten until it falls on your house.
Well, usually the drywood termites are also around water.
Oh, okay. So they need a water source as well.
Well, you got the Gulf of Mexico. You got lakes all over the place. Anybody
Right.
that's around the lakes, you can almost bank on it. I'm sorry about that. You can always.
They're going to be
You're going
there.
to see drywood termites there eventually.
Right.
And the age of the homes make a difference. If they're fairly new, subterraneans can still get them. Drywood's going to take maybe a little bit longer, but once the wood is aged and everything else, it's part of being in Florida and living in Florida.
Right.
And if you listen to a professional, they'll tell you how to save money. Let them watch how things are going, take care of things for you.
Okay.
I had one Brightwater down in, just thinking about them right now, they had one unit on top of all the units. Been treating them for 10 years. Guess what? There's hardly any drywood termites in there anymore.
Oh, that's nice.
Somebody but they did not want to fumigate the place because it would have cost them a fortune.
Right. And I guess that's the biggest way to stop these is to tint the house.
The tent's 100% guaranteed. And again, if people are going to do that, or new homeowners, get your tent fumigation done and do pest control immediately. Why? You got 60-day residual, no bugs. When you move in, if you have them, you brought them.
Right.
All right, and they'll still be eliminated because we have a 60-day residual
Okay.
on the areas that we've treated.
Right.
And they will not have any problems, and hopefully they'll keep going every 60 days, which is the way to go in the industry, and you just don't have callbacks.
Right.
They just don't have callbacks.
Yeah. So now, do you do inspections for real estate?
Do a lot of termite inspections for realtors all over
okay.
Tampa Bay. We have 10 termite inspectors.
That's
10.
a lot.
We cover a lot of we do same day termite inspections.
Really?
The realtor got it. I've saved clients that were in closings that had a clause in there, no termite inspection done by such and such a date. This contract is null and void. I've had guys call me with 6 o'clock after hours. I helped them out. Got a guy out there at 11 o'clock. Turned around. They got the closing done at 8 o'clock in the morning. I got up a little bit early and helped them out on that. Saved a $5 million closing over a termite inspection that hadn't been done, and they didn't see it. It's a catch clause, we call it, that all investors put in there.
Right.
And in this case, and that gentleman stayed with me forever.
Oh, that's
'cause
good.
He knew I cared, and my company cares.
That's awesome. So that it is one of the scariest things that a new homeowner can hear is, yeah, you got termites, and it's like, where do I go from here? Type of deal. So you can come in any stage of a termite problem.
Yes. We can also, if somebody else has done the work,
right,
and they're not real happy with the fact that Terminix calls are working, or some of the other companies call once a year, where's your check? They don't inspect, they don't treat. Where's your check? We're the opposite. We go out and inspect twice a year, treat if necessary. In fact, subterraneans, I'll do a perimeter treatment free of charge every time we go out and inspect on the renewals. It's important they keep the renewals going.
Right. So what does what's an average 2,000 square foot home? What's the treatment run?
Pest control?
Yeah.
That's a hard one to call because
depends on what
it depends on how bad the situation is there. But for the most part, they're probably looking at in the ballpark of between, I'm going to say around 85 every other month. The initial service probably be around 165.
That's cheap.
Yeah, exactly.
That's cheap for sound peace of mind. Absolutely. So
same day service.
Right. Okay. So I'm a realtor, and I just sold a home to a very loving couple, and they got little kids. So as a realtor, I should be calling you, going, "Hey Frank, they're getting ready to move in. Before they move anything, why don't you go and let's just treat the house, and get them on a get them on a plan, so that way they don't have to worry about, am I going to have these down the road?
Correct. Termites or insects.
And you
either
guys can
one,
handle that just like that.
in one trip.
One trip.
Take care of both. Another thing we offer, John, and that came from the good Lord. I'll have to give him the credit. Our one service technician does all 4 services.
Oh, okay.
One-stop shop.
So you're not having, well, the termite guy will be here tomorrow, and I'm here for the bugs, and I'm here for this, and the other guy, you come out and just do it all
Can
together.
you imagine that poor woman trying to set up all these people to come in and do their work?
Nope.
One guy
One guy.
can go in and take care of all of it. They have the knowledge and know how to take care of those things.
And you guys also take care of the lawn and ornamentals, correct?
Correct.
See, that's a big deal too, because
Yes.
you get out there and go, my lawn's looking a little weird. Not sure what's going on there. Why do I got a big bald spot over there? Not that I'm trying to jump off of this, but but you've always wondered,
Yeah.
And you guys are trained to come out. So one guy can do it all.
One guy does it all.
That is absolutely phenomenal.
And our lawns are green
Oh, so it's not
in
like
the wintertime
in the wintertime.
as well.
That's killer.
Now, as far as the treatment goes, if everybody stays off their grass for about 10 minutes, lets the product settle down into the roots like it's supposed to, you go outside, roll in it, do whatever you want with it. But if you go out there and do those things while it's wet, why would you want to do that? It
No.
disrupts everything
Yeah.
as far as the process that you're
let it
paying
sit.
for.
Ah.
Let it set and let it sleep. Give it 10 minutes.
Right.
Then go do what you want. Don't worry about babies,
Go have a cup
dogs.
of tea or coffee.
Exactly.
All right, so
Exactly.
okay, we got past the scary ones, but now we're going to go into the nuisance, and when we come back, we're going to talk about the rats, the raccoons, and all that critter
There you go.
stuff that gets up in your attic and in your floorboards and all that kind of stuff. So we'll be right back after these messages.
Hi, I'm Jerry from Hot Locks Hair Salon. We are conveniently located at 13414 US Highway 19 in Hudson. I've been a local hairstylist in our community for the last 34 years, 7 of which I was an educator. Our passion is the artistry of hair, and Hot Locks is here to help you achieve your perfect image. You can call us at 727-514-9978.
to the dentist. I love coming to Dr. B.
I like coming to Dr. B because it is fun.
It's a very cool place where I can play and have fun while I make my teeth.
And I can watch my favorite shows on the ceiling TV while they clean my teeth.
Mom loves it because she says that they explain everything and give her the best choices.
And they also teach us how to take care of our teeth.
At Dr. B Pediatric Dentistry, we understand the individuality of each child and offer an exceptional and gentle dental care experience for all children. With our laser procedures, we are able to provide gentler treatments and faster healing time. Call us now to make an appointment.
And the best part is when we are done, we get a Choco Pomo treasure tower.
Call Dr. B's Pediatric Dentistry today.
Okay, hey, now we're back. You got the little critter sounds, like the across the rooftop or in the walls you hear. Well, that ain't good. I'm just telling you. I'm living in a commercial building that I'm in now, and you know what? I keep telling the landlord, you got to call Green Tech and let them take care of it. So, Frank, buddy.
Yes.
We don't like rats. We don't like coons. We don't like possums. Let me see. You got a whole list here. I didn't realize how much bats, rats, mice, squirrels, raccoons, bees, moles, armadillos, skunks, and opossums.
Yes, and more.
And yeah, I was gonna say there, and there's more, but this is the one that I can read the fastest, right?
Yes, sir.
So okay, how do you handle this problem? Because I know you get these phone calls.
We have to get out and look at the house.
Okay.
Number one, they all want prices over the phone.
Of course.
What I do is I give them a lead price to get in the home, to bait and trap, and at least take care of that problem. We have to follow up and see how are they getting in that attic.
Right.
How are they getting in? And then what's required is an exclusion, where our gentleman
Now,
does.
what's an exclusion?
Exclusion is construction work to seal the holes everywhere they're getting in that attic, wherever that might be.
Okay.
And that keeps them from getting back into the unit again. Then at that point in time, the customer needs to ask themselves, because we're going to take pictures, you've got feces, you've got urine, you've got wires that have been chewed, you got all kinds of things that you don't know about,
Right,
that are going bad up there. And we can remove, treat for bacteria the whole attic so the bacteria is out. And we got a product called TAPS insulation that we can put back in. And our 30 factor, I think we're at 9. I put 9 inches in and have it settle at 8. That gives them a good R30 factor.
Okay, so that's a blown insulation, not a encapsulated insulation.
Correct.
Okay, do they make an encapsulation version of that?
I don't think so.
Not a roll type, it's all blown?
Correct.
And that gets in their nose and drives them insane?
Well, the rats, yes.
Okay.
But also termites and insects are warranted for life on the inside of that.
Oh, so
attic.
this doesn't just cover the rats and stuff. This also
Termites and insects are
That's
warranted.
awesome.
They're warranted. And the other nice part about it is it'll be quiet, a quiet atmosphere. Once that product's pumped back in there, a good 8-inch, it's quieter in the house, so people are amazed. They save up to 30% on their electric bill, besides taking care of all the other problems that they've been having for years. It virtually comes to a stop.
Right.
And they're benefiting money-wise and
Right.
making money back in.
So rats. Let's take rats for instance. The damage that a rat can do is amazing.
Yeah.
And they can get, I've heard, now this could be just what I've heard. If they can get their head in the hole, they can get the rest of their body in the hole.
They only need a 1/2 inch.
A 1/2 inch.
A mouse only needs a 1/4 of an inch to get in. That's it.
They squeeze down that little to get through.
Yes, sir.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So, you know, you have to pay attention to what's going on inside and outside of your home.
Yes.
And you do commercial, correct?
Lots of commercial.
Okay.
Absolutely. Residential, commercial. Anybody that's dealt with us in this area has been ecstatic with our follow-up and our service on that. They benefit as well, like I said, from the quietness of the house.
Right.
It's right away they experience that. And then saving on the electric bill over time, whatever you spend on all this, it's all going to come back to you.
Your ROI on your own home is actually going to come back to you.
In that area, yes.
That's, okay, so it's amazing. It just blew my mind that that's just that big. That is that big.
That's for a rat.
Yeah, I mean, and rats are huge animals.
Yeah, yes.
That they can compress that small to get into your attic.
They're amazing.
And when they drag stuff, you know, see, this is what gets me is when they drag these animals into your home and say they don't eat all that animal, so that what's going to happen to that dead animal is going to decompose.
Correct.
So now you're making yourself a sick home.
Bacteria, big time.
And it's going to get in there, and you know,
You're breathing it.
Yeah, and people go, you know, I just don't understand why I'm not feeling so good, you know? I don't know. Everything seems to be okay. I'm not around anybody that's sick or anything like that, but their homes themselves have an actual a death sentence, basically. It's killing them.
Correct.
That is so. Now, this TAPS insulation, let's go back to that real quick. It has a good R factor, right? And your company comes out and extracts
All the bad.
all the bad.
Sanitize.
Oh, and you sanitize.
Oh, gotta sanitize. Get rid of the bacteria. Then we put the good stuff back in. And most of the people that have done that have been just absolutely ecstatic with our company.
So what about these people that they put their insulation in and then they put a floor down on top of it? It's kind of defeating the purpose, right?
One more time on that?
Okay, so I know some people that have taken their attics, they'll blow their insulation, and then they'll go in and put plywood on top of the joists so they can store stuff up in their attic.
On
so
top
they're,
of the
So
insulation?
they're covering their insulation now.
Not a good idea.
Not a good idea, right?
But most of the insulation, that 90% or more, is really not the best insulation in the world. It's just fiberglass and
Or
it's
newspaper,
not-
right? Treated newspaper.
Well, treated newspaper is what we have.
That's okay.
That's TAPS.
That's TAPS.
90-some% of the rest that's out there is junk. I mean, it's not doing anything. It's nice to look at, but
Right.
it's not effective as far as doing its job. Insulate. It doesn't.
Right,
it doesn't
right.
work. And most people, if they had the opportunity, they could get a choice. They'd probably go this way on the first choice every
Well,
time.
yeah. I mean, I can't believe that every builder out there that's not what they're putting in automatically.
Correct.
They just put whatever the cheap is that they can blow out there and
Low bid.
yeah, low bid. So now we were talking off air, and this because you should hear the conversations that we have off air. It's kind of funny. Because I know your prices are, right? I've seen
Yes,
your
sir.
prices. You've done stuff for us, and you're not the cheapest out there, but you're not the most expensive.
Correct.
But the one thing, so how do you compete against those guys that are like, okay, I'm Bubba and I got a truck and I don't mind going and killing rodents and stuff like that, so hire me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might have insurance or I might not. It's kind of a pickle shoot, right?
People are gambling when they do things like that. Again, I tell people, I'm dealing with national companies. Check out their BBB plus rating, see if they got it or not.
Right.
Your Google, see if they're 5-star. And the last thing we're looking at is
Their reviews.
the reviews. We have
Are reviews
We have
good?
over 200 reviews, which is phenomenal.
Right.
We're family owned and operated. We care.
We're going to talk about
That's
that.
the difference.
We're going to talk about the family-owned part of it on the last segment because you'd be amazed who really runs that place. Let me tell you, I know who runs it. Frank may be the prettiness on the outside. He goes, but I know exactly who runs that place, which is awesome, by the way. We'll get to that last segment. But so these big guys, those are just the wham-bammers. They kind of show up. Maybe they really don't do a good job. But because they got a big name and they put that little stick in your yard, everybody feels safe.
Yep.
Right?
Well, their prices are always higher than ours.
Right.
For one thing, because they're national companies. The little one-man mom and pops, we call them, there's thousands of them out there. Do they know what they're doing? Are they licensed? Check those factors out again.
Right.
Google ratings, BBB plus ratings, reviews. Look and see if you really want to deal with that person, or do you want to gamble and hope that he knows what he's doing?
Right.
Or go with somebody that's going to guarantee that job if they got to come back 10 times, which we don't have to do.
Right.
But the bottom line is you're dealing with a quality company that's been around 41 years.
Okay.
We know what we're doing.
Right. Yeah, you do. So let's go back to some of the rodents here because I have a question for you.
Yes.
I've always been told not in your house, but to have one here as a bats. Bats are good to have around or not good to have around?
Bats are not good to have around your house.
Okay.
And that's usually where we get our calls. There are not a whole lot of companies out there that know how to deal with bats, just so you know.
Oh, okay.
The market is somewhat limited, and if you don't know what you're doing, you can get in a lot of hot water. Most of the time they're getting in through the eaves, down the chimneys. People are unaware of it until they have one fly in the house, or
Yeah,
or something.
I prefer not to have one in my
the
house.
bats. You don't want to touch them. You don't want to. You don't want to. There's bacteria like you would not believe, disease and everything else that follows those
Okay.
things. So. You got to know what you're doing in that area to be effective.
Okay.
And you can't kill them. They have a protected
No, they're
type of season. August
exactly.
15th was the date.
Oh, okay.
After that, now we're able to deal with them. But primarily, what we're doing is taking care of the problem. Most of those people are getting insulation as well, and we're putting bat houses on the outside of the property, and you put a product out there that draws them to the bat house and not to the house anymore.
Now, see, okay, so
we're transplanting them
right
to another area.
So it's good to have them on the outskirts because they kill mosquitoes and
Yes.
bugs and chiggers and all those flying
Yes,
insects.
yes,
you
yes,
know.
yes.
So just don't have them in your house.
Don't have them in your house.
Okay. So now armadillos. I'm just saying this because the other morning I came out and my front lawn looked like I was in World War III. It was like holes everywhere.
Yeah.
So those are armadillos.
Yes.
And so how do you get rid of those? Other than shooting them?
We trap them, or we take away whatever it is that they're eating and eliminate those things.
Lawn and ornamentals. So if you're taking care of my lawn, I don't have the grubs and bugs and all that kind of stuff.
Correct.
And then so the armadillos will say, there's no food source here. Away
They
we
won't even
go.
come near you.
That's absolutely phenomenal.
Yes.
Okay, now I was going to talk about squirrels, but my wife would never let me get rid of the squirrels, and we have squirrels. Not in our house, but they're everywhere around the yard. So
We do a lot of baiting
okay,
and trapping.
That's-
and we haul them to areas that are protected. So when a
Nice.
guy traps your squirrel or armadillo or raccoon, whatever it might be,
right.
they trap them, they take them, and they put them safely in an
Another
area
area.
where they can live and,
That's awesome.
and be fine.
All
we
right.
Don't, we don't kill them.
Okay, so we're going to take one more break, come back, and then we're going to talk about Frank and what Frank does in the end. Actually, we're going to talk about what Frank does in the community, as well as we're going to talk about his real bosses. And trust me, it's a good thing. So we'll be right back after these messages.
Hi, I'm Jerry from Hot Locks Hair Salon. We are conveniently located at 13414 US Highway 19 in Hudson. I've been a local hairstylist in our community for the last 34 years, 7 of which I was an educator. Our passion is the artistry of hair, and Hot Locks is here to help you achieve your perfect image. You can call us at 727-514-9978.
Okay, we're back. Now, this is the segment where we get to let Mr. Frank talk about his wonderful company. Now, I'm gonna let everybody know when I first met you, Mr. Frank, it was you, 2 guys, your wife, and your daughters.
Correct.
Right? Yes. He forced his poor daughters to work in pest control. He didn't force them. I think he did it, and they understood where they were going with it. So, but this is a family-owned business.
Yes, sir.
And it has been for how many years now? What?
41.
41 years.
Yes, sir.
And see, he's still alive. You're not dead from all the chemicals. See, everybody says, oh, those guys, they don't live long. Oh, sure they do. You've been married, what, 51?
51 years.
51 years
Yes.
to your lovely wife who said, hey, go work for yourself, start your own business, get
Yes.
it going.
Yes.
And so when I first met Frank, he was on 2 employees, and then your daughter's running the books, and you're scheduling stuff. And now you're up to how many?
Up to 16 employees.
16 employees.
Yes, sir.
And you got a new manager in-house now.
You got a good manager in
Good
there.
manager.
Yes, thank
Yeah,
God.
I met him the other day. I liked him.
Jim.
He was a good guy, and it's just like he was handling it like it was supposed to. Frank is on the phone. I actually got there. You were on the phone, and I'm like, well, that's something you just don't see very often, is the owner on the phone talking to a potential client. And like I said, I was kind of eavesdropping, and I'm like, that's not a pretty bad. I don't have those, but that's still something probably I need to have you come out and just do the house for, So tell me about, just give me some good solid stuff about Green Tech.
Well, Green Tech, in all honesty, green, safe, and safe products for humans and pets was the biggie. The other thing was one-stop shop. You go to your house, there isn't anything that our tech cannot address and take care of. He can do all 4 services, if you like, so you don't have that scheduling program that most of these poor women have with different guys or women coming into their houses to do service. One guy does it all, and we can systematically work that to save the customer the time and give them a quality job.
Okay, so I'm a new client. Say I'm watching this show, and I'm like, I'm going to call that Frank. He seems like a pretty sharp cat, So tell me what happens when I give that first phone call. Who do I talk to first?
Normally, you're going to talk to one of the girls. We've got them running point and taking
what's
the
their
calls.
name? So we don't call them the girls anymore.
Well, we have Jody, we have Melissa, we have Danielle, we have Karen, and we have Nicole.
See, now here's the
There's
thing.
5 people.
So
That's Nikki.
There's Nikki right there.
There's Danielle.
And there's my camera work, which is all over the place. And there's Frank talking on the phone as usual. He's a talker. So now you can go and say, hey, look, let me talk to Nikki, or let me talk to, now you can just go rewind it, get the names, and you're good. And then what happens?
Well, the key thing is we would like the people to let us come out and take a look at the problem. Everybody wants a price on the phone. It's not a good way to go.
Right. And you don't charge to come out and look, do you?
There's no charge. There's no charge. And if you're shopping 6 people, save yourself the time. Again, check the quality of the companies that you're shopping with. Then make your decision as far as who you want to go with and who really cares about your home.
Yeah.
And I love my customers. I love them all.
And this is what I tell my clients. I said, look, if you're shopping me, call me last.
There you go.
Call me last,
There you go.
then let me, without telling me what you found, let me tell you the way it really is.
Exactly.
And you'd be amazed.
Yes.
You would absolutely be amazed. So then you go out and then say, okay, so I've talked to Nikki, and I've got Bob coming out and seeing me. I don't know if you got a Bob or not, but Bob comes out and he says, well, okay, John, here's your price. Then where we go from there.
If they like the price, we've got it set up. They can knock the job out right there. You don't get that from any other company.
So I don't have to worry about rescheduling a guy to come back out.
No, knock it out
if
right
I
there.
like the price, away we go.
You're
So
set.
you put in, you already schedule in the time just in case.
Yes.
They say, well, absolutely. This is a no-brainer. Let's do this.
That's the whole idea.
And the way they go.
Eliminate the problem right now.
That is absolutely. Now, did I hear, is it 2014 and 2016 and 2012?
17, yeah.
You got
We were Business of the Year
Business
with
of the Year.
Palm Harbor Chamber of Commerce,
Right.
which is thousands and thousands and thousands of people in the Palm Harbor area and adjacent areas. And it's quite an honor. Out of all the businesses, there's thousands of them in Palm Harbor alone.
Okay.
We were selected as the best of all the companies in the area, not just because we were pest control and lawn, but
Right.
we're talking about business
Right.
as a whole.
Yeah, overall business.
Correct.
And now see, weren't you something like, oh yeah, the honorary mayor of Palm Harbor?
Yes.
So you're very community orientated.
Yeah, I was mayor 3 times.
3 times.
Yes.
That says a lot.
I care about my community.
Anybody can be, it can be a fluke one time.
Yeah.
You know, hey, it's okay. Yeah, I was there once, but you did it 3 times.
Yes.
And so you just stepped down, and who's the new mayor this time? Do we know? Have they picked them yet?
Bob is his first name, and I just went blank on him.
It's Bob's Road.
There you
That's
go.
just what it is. It's Bob's Road. Bob's the mayor now. It's all right. But I mean, you are. It blows my mind that you are as community orientated as you are.
I appreciate it.
Because I think it all comes down to relationships, right?
It is. If you're afraid to deal with friends, you shouldn't be in business. That's the way I look at it. I know a lot of people. I've 41 years in Palm Harbor, Tampa Bay as well. I know a lot of people, and I feel honored and privileged to be able to go in people's homes and provide a service that they're going to like and know, like, and trust us. They want to move and go somewhere else, they'll usually take us with them wherever
Right.
they're going if they're in the Tampa Bay area.
Okay, so you keep saying the Tampa Bay area. Let's make sure that everybody understands the Tampa Bay area means that you are truly the Tampa Bay area. You go as far as north as what, Spring Hill?
Spring Hill,
And then far south as,
Sarasota.
oh wow, you go to Sarasota?
Oh yeah.
And how far east do you go?
East, we got, well, first off, our primary counties, Pinellas, Pasco, and Hillsborough, we cover all those.
All of it.
But we've been known to go to Lakeland, sometimes Orlando, depending on the job.
Right.
We got to consider gasoline and everything
Absolutely.
else as far as that goes. But yeah, we cover the territory pretty well. Good techs.
And you're up to what, 16 techs?
16 people total.
16 people total.
We got 10 out in the field.
10 in the field. That's a lot.
Yeah.
That is a lot. I met the man when he had 2 guys and him, and he was working. He was out there spraying the stuff and doing it all. To me, that's absolutely phenomenal. So what's the best way people can get a hold of you?
The best way would be telephone, email, or probably the quickest, the 727-772-7378.
That's the office.
Is the primary number. The email is greentechpestcontrol.com. And if somebody wants to email me directly, it's frank@greentechpestcontrol.com.
He's even giving you his own personal email. I mean, that's pretty good because most of them are like info@ or sales@, like that's what we do. So I can't complain about that, but That's what we do. So you've got your daughters, and you got your wife, and there's you. Are you going to bring the grandkids in?
The grandkids are already being,
See?
they're already in the picture, yes.
They're primed. They're primed to move right in. Frank really wants to retire one day, as do we all.
I failed to mention,
Wow.
Nikki has all my licenses. She's fully certified.
She's fully certified.
Fully. Danielle has 2 licenses, and she's fully certified in those 2 licenses. She's got 2 to go, but my point being, the girls know the business very, very well.
And that's what I'm trying to tell you. That's who runs the place.
Future.
Frank is he's kind of on cruise control at this point in time, and the daughters are like, you need to do this, you need to do this, and you need to do this.
There you go.
Right.
There you go.
That is absolutely phenomenal. So Frank, give me some parting words, some words of solid wisdom, and I'm going to let you go back to work.
Well, I got into this business, John, to help people. That was the biggest thing I saw. Is I have an opportunity, a window. Service to humanity is the best work of life. What a better way to make a living than to give people peace of mind in their homes and have people that represent me and go out there and do just that. And the company has just grown and grown and grown. We really appreciate our customers. We hold them to a higher level than most other companies do. It's not just about the money. It's about making people happy.
Right. Okay, well, that being said, if I go to a wide shot here, there we go. But that being said, you need to call this man. Not only do the people in his neighborhood and in his community will tell you to go to him, but I'll tell you personally to go to him because I've known him for years. Just stand up guy. Stand up guy. And with that being said, we'll see everybody next week on A Focus on Business.